Dewi, the day the earth shook. In a little kampong in Sumatra, so this is a kampong and it's in Indonesia, Inni. So this little kampong is in Indonesia. There was a girl named Dewi who lived with her father, stepmother, and stepsister. So this is Dewi, and she lived with her father. This is her real father. And this is her mother, her stepmother. So stepmother is not real. So this is not her real mother. And her stepsister. So this sister of hers is not real also. It's not her real sister, okay? Dewi did all the chores while her stepsister Wani was very lazy. So this is Dewi. She does all the work, all the chores. But her sister Wani, her stepsister Wani is very lazy. She doesn't do all the work at all. Every morning, Dewi washed the clothes and watered the vegetables. She watered the vegetables. She fed the chickens and talked to them to keep them happy. She also cooked for the whole family. So all this food here is cooked by Dewi. Meanwhile, Wani played outside all day long. But she was always on time for meals. So Wani, her lazy stepsister, is always outside playing, but whenever it's time to eat, she'll come back into the house, okay? So that's the only time she comes back to the house, is just to eat. When Dewi was 11 years old, her father fell ill and died, oh dear. So Dewi's father got very sick and died. Her stepmother blamed Dewi for his death and made her work even harder. So her stepmother said, Dewi, it's all your fault that your father died. Now you have to work harder. So Dewi have to work harder. Look, very poor thing. Dewi brings bad luck to the family, the stepmother told neighbors. Stay away from Dewi, she ordered Wani. So she made everybody not to stay away from Dewi. So everybody cannot come close to Dewi. Without her father, Dewi felt all alone. But Ayu was her only friend. So at least she still has a friend. This is the boo, okay? This boo is her friend. One hot afternoon, Dewi was resting under a tree when she heard a rumbling sound. So Dewi is resting, she's sleeping, taking a nap, and she heard a sound, a rumbling sound. The ground started to shake. Dewi felt a rocking motion, and she could barely stand up. So this rocking motion, Dewi couldn't even stand up, was rocking, the ground was rocking. Her father used to tell her about the day the earth shook. He called it an earthquake. Earthquake is 地震, okay? Now it was happening again. So now there's an earthquake again. The whole ground started shaking. Oh dear. Dewi watched as the trees in the distance fell and were swallowed up by the ground. Houses toppled. So look, all the houses toppled, it fell down, and all the trees are swallowed up by the ground. All the trees fell into the ground. Suddenly, she remembered her stepmother and stepsister were at home. Were they hurt? Oh dear, the stepmother and stepsister is in these houses, and I think they are hurt, because all this house toppled. Dewi ran as fast as her legs could carry her, so she ran really fast to the house. When she got home, she saw a gaping hole. This is a gaping hole in the atap roof. This is called the atap roof. And a pile of broken wooden planks. Look, all these are the broken wooden planks. Dewi heard cries from under the planks. So she heard crying sound from under the planks. I think it's her stepmother and stepsister. It was Wani and her stepmother. They were trapped, okay? They were trapped under all the planks. What could Dewi do? The planks were too big and heavy to move. Then she had an idea. Do you think Dewi can save her stepmother and stepsister? Dewi ran to get Ayu. This is Ayu, right? She tied one end of the rope around him. So she tied one end of the rope around Ayu and the other end to a plank. Ayu pulled and pulled. One by one, the planks were cleared. So one by one, Ayu managed to take away one plank and another plank and another plank. So one by one, the planks were cleared. Dewi found Wani and her stepmother. Luckily, they were not hurt. Oh, thankfully, they are not hurt. But they are very scared. Look at them. The earthquake had destroyed the kampong. So the earthquake had made all the houses fell down. The trees are gone. They've destroyed the kampong. The villagers took several weeks. So the villagers took many weeks to rebuild their houses. So they have to build their houses again. Dewi, her stepmother, and Wani worked together to fix their home. So now even Wani is working to fix their home. After the day the earth shook, so after the earthquake, Dewi's stepmother always had a kind word for Dewi. So Dewi's stepmother is now kind to Dewi, loving her like her own daughter. So now the stepmother loved Dewi. Why? Because Dewi saved her stepmother and stepsister, even though her stepmother and stepsister are very mean. But Dewi is very kind. She didn't care how mean the stepmother and stepsister were to Dewi, and she saved the stepmother and stepsister. So now the stepmother and stepsister are very nice to Dewi. The end.